Your team is not what you expected it to be. There are people talking behind each other's back and cynicism, negativity, low motivation in general. You've already watched video number one in this series of Pillar One on values. Now you're ready to take all that work and put it to use in this manager's guide to creating healthy teams. Hey, everybody, I'm Christina, creator of the Turnover Solution Leadership Program, where we teach leaders how to lead in a way that is most effective for their team, their project, and their personality. Today, we are talking about pillar number two in the manager's guide to creating a healthy team. And that pillar is the chain of inspiration. That term comes from an amazing coach, Encore Delight, and I will put a link to his LinkedIn page in the description. I'm using this chain of inspiration title slightly differently than he is, but let's give credit where credit's due, right? So we're taking the values and turning that into something tangible that can be used every day to link people to exactly what they're doing and the goals for the future as well. The first of three steps in this pillar is inspiring yourself. So, how are we going to do that? Well, it can be a little bit abstract. So, I went to the Miro board to help us talk about this. Okay, you're seeing my Miro board of an example of how we turn values into a chain of inspiration. You can see here that some of the top values for this imaginary made up person are listed. And this would be yours. You're always starting off with yourself. Your values of mental health, empowerment, goal orientation, education, self improvement, and family support are really top priority for you in your life. Now, today, it's just a regular day, and you have to edit a slide deck. Well, we can link that directly to the value of goal orientation. The goal of editing this slide deck is to complete this psychoeducational presentation. And that is obviously directly linked to mental health and education. Now, you want to give this presentation and you want to beef up your presentation skills. So that's directly linked to your value of self empowerment. Now, let's go a little bit bigger picture here. Your job in general is linked to your income, which has an impact on your family's well-being, saving for your children's college education fund perhaps, and gives you this feeling of independence, of um, competency in life in general. And that is obviously directly linked to empowerment, self-improvement, which I didn't list here, but also family support. You're doing all those things just by showing up. Your values are infused in everything you do on a day to day basis at work. Now, let's zoom out even bigger. Now, we're looking at the team's mission. Maybe this mission is to educate 100 nurses each year on the effects of burnout. Um, the organization's mission to make a lasting impact on nursing education, to reduce burnout, to increase positive patient outcomes. And finally, all of those are very clearly linked to the values that you hold of mental health or well being, empowerment, goal orientation, and education. Now you can see why editing this slide deck today is clearly linked to your value system and your goals. We have thus created the chain of inspiration. Now, you don't have to go all out with a Miro board. If you want to get a piece of paper and jot it down, some visualization is generally helpful. Some people can conceptualize it in their head. That's really up to you. Step number two, once you've got this chain down for yourself, Now you're bringing this to the team. Now your direct reports are going to be creating, perhaps with your help, perhaps not, depending on what their needs are, their own chain of inspiration. And finally, then you're going to paint the big picture for them. This is again in a group meeting, just like the last one of the last steps in the values pillar. One of the last steps in the chain of inspiration pillar is expressing to the team how not only are your goals linked, your personal goals linked to this work, but their personal goals, their personal values are linked to this work in every way. It's a big task. So you want to put some thought into exactly what you're going to say for your team. You might want to, get some bullet points going of exactly how you want to lay this out for them. Either way, your team is probably already starting to feel more like a team. You've gone through pillar number one, and as you instill pillar number two, the connection, the ability to feel seen and empowered by every team member or of every team member is already creating a healthier team environment. And we've still got three pillars left to go. So tune in next week for pillar number three, where we take this phase into the next level of developing a healthy team. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye.